Hey Julia, how are you?
Hi, Simon. I'm very well, thank you.
Nice having you here for this small talk. This small talk all about the Atlas of Sustainable Colors. For the people who don't know the Atlas, can you describe it a bit in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, of course, I'll try. So the Atlas of Sustainable Colors actually is a project of mine that it's an ongoing project with a goal to capture and to map the what is the dyeing industry. What does the dyeing industry look like? So the goal is to map who is developing those alternative dyeing methods and where and how is it going.
Well, it sounds as a very important exercise for the market, right? And I was lucky to have a glimpse of this Atlas dummy, and it looked very aesthetic. How important is this aesthetics for you in this product?
Yeah, that's actually a very good remark. The aesthetics were very important in this development of the project, since I'm talking about the colors, and the aesthetics is a starting point for me to talk about the color as a tool for a designer to create aesthetics. That's why it was important to deliver certain aesthetics with that project. Also because the idea of talking about sustainable colors is motivated by the fact that the current coloring industry is quite toxic and there is a lot of issues we have to solve. And with the current climate change debate and crisis, it's a very heavy subject. So I just wanted to use aesthetics to make it lighter and more pleasant.
Well, and I think it's more accessible on this point, right? And it actually, for me, it gave the feeling that it invited me to enter this world of dyeing. So that was, I was very happy to see that and to notice it. And what is exactly the gap that you are trying to bridge with this Atlas?
So basically, I observed that there is more and more designers and scientists working on developing those alternative methods of dyeing. And they need some platform to connect. I already observed that I have different conversation with different designers and researchers, and they heard about each other. But the goal of the Atlas is also to facilitate that connection. Yeah.
Great. And do you have some kind of examples that you can point out right now?
Well, definitely the development of bacteria dyes is still.
Yeah, that's great, huh?
So that's something that inspired me to make an atlas, just because I've heard a lot about that people are able to make dyes with bacteria, and I was curious, how does it look like? So that was a trigger to show the colors, and for example, last year I think was it was remarkable that two Dutch designers, Laura Luchtman and Ilva Siebenhaar, made a collaboration with Puma. So I think this is like really a highlight of 2020 in the dyeing world, for sure. What else? And I see more and more researchers developing like broader palettes of bacteria dyeing. So more colors are being able to be done to obtain. Yeah. But for example, a new thing that I observed, or like another level of working with a color in the design. And in design with nature is the example of structural color. Sorry, which is.
What do you mean?
Which is it's an example of biomimicry in design. So there is a designer, Elisa Brunato, who made a sequins. So she actually is producing. She's filling the gap in the market for the embroidery industry. So it's also, since we talk about the aesthetics and colors, we think about textiles, but also all of the way of making clothes and fashion nicer. So the embroidery with sequins, like sequins are made with plastic, and she created a method, and she is making those sequins with the using the wood, so cellulose, and she is actually making the structural color, which is a color is an effect of the way how the wood is making
Wow.
structures that reflects light. Yeah.
Wow, sounds great, and it sounds also that you have a very important role as a spin in the whole web of the dyeing industry. So the last question is about how important is your role in industrialize these natural dyeing methods?
That's a very difficult question, Simon.
Yeah, we're not here for fun.
Yeah. It just. I think it's very important to have these conversations and to connect people and just make it more human. It just because those people, the designers, are working on the developments. Research and design is a field where you really need to make a lot of trials until you will get there, and this is a difficult road. And I think that having a connection between people and just talking about those methods and challenges is really helping to bring it on another level.
Right. I totally agree. So thank you very much, Julia, for your time right now. And this might be a big invitation to follow you on Instagram and also do some research on your website. I think it's currently updated, right? So let's keep in touch, and let's promise me that whenever you have a new development, that you give me a call and we can have a follow-up chat, right?
I will, with a pleasure.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Julia. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.